here is the thing that has been frustrating me so much recently. I've been talking to this guy, he's in his mid-20s, and he's living at his parents' house, works at a job that he hates. He doesn't do anything when it comes to his physical health, has no women in his life, and he was telling me his dreams, his bold goals and ambitions, how he wants to make 10K a month with his business, how he wants to grow his personal brand by creating all this content, the bold goals around moving to a different country, the women, the fitness. And I like this. I love to see ambition in someone. But the thing is, he had this ambition already for years. And I was talking to him, and he was clear on all the steps that he had to take, all the steps necessary to reach his goal. And all excited, he committed to taking this action and taking these steps for the upcoming weeks. Now, as you can imagine, nothing happened in the first week. Nothing happened in the second week. And I had a conversation with him again. He shared how he was distracted by social media, by porn, by his parents, and he was sharing his resistance with me. So in that moment, we worked through the resistance. He got his insights, and all excited, he committed again to taking these steps. In the upcoming week, he did nothing. The weeks after, nothing. And he was sharing me all the inner work that he was doing, all the books that he was reading to understand his situation better. And this frustrates me a lot because this pattern was already showing up for months. For months that I was in touch with him, he didn't do a single thing. And it wasn't just these months, because this pattern was already going on for years in his life. And I remember this moment where I had enough of it. I was working at a cafe and I was receiving his messages. I opened a message and read the excuses that he created again, all the inner work that he was doing, and I just felt my blood boiling in that moment. I wish I didn't open those messages because I couldn't focus on my work anymore. So what I did is I sent him a message that he had to hop on a call with me in that exact moment. So I walked outside of the cafe and I hopped on a call with him. Let's call him, for this example, Jeffrey. So I said to him, "Hey, Jeffrey, I really need to talk to you because I've been feeling something for a long time and I want to express this to you." And I told him how he has been the biggest trigger of my life. How I couldn't trust any single thing that he was saying. He was lying to himself, he was lying to me. Like I was even questioning who he was, like if he was actually telling the truth to me. I told him that he had to wake up because this inner work is not working. All this reading the books, all these videos, there is no magic answer out there. He was looking for that one thing that would change everything for him. But it doesn't exist. I told him that his inner work is his external work. That he had to stop watching all these videos, stop reading all these books, all the courses, all the trainings, and that he had to get in motion, that he had to take action. He had to get real with himself. And I yelled at him for such a long time. I think the call was around 90 minutes, and I believe the whole neighborhood could hear me. But I meet so many people like this, who are so stuck in personal development and in the inner work. And there are a few important points that I want to mention around his example. Because like I said, there are so many people walking around exactly the same. Because personal development is beautiful. Like it brought me so much in my life. But it also, where there is an upside, there's a downside. It also created all these inside junkies, these personal development addicts, who are just looking for this new hit, this new dopamine hit, this new insight, because they feel so productive when they get it. But nothing is changing in their life. And I see this as similar to gambling, where you are behind a slot machine, just constantly pressing the button, waiting for that next win and hoping that it will come. And that next win is also just an illusion. because you're actually destroying your life. And this is what most people don't realize within personal development, how they're running around in circles thinking they're productive, but they're actually destroying their life. Because if we look at the gambling example, the casino is created to keep you in this trance. The shapes that they use, the music, the temperature, the lights that start flickering when you start winning something. It's all designed to keep you there in this trance. And this also happens, for example, in video games, in the personal development content. Now, if you've ever been to a casino, or you can take video games as an example as well, there is this moment where you come to awareness, where you wake up and where you start questioning yourself, is this actually what I want to be doing right now? Is this actually how I want to be spending my time? And this moment of awareness is so important because you've been running around in circles, completely out of touch with reality. And there has to be this moment where you wake up. Because only in this moment of awareness, you have agency. You have the ability to choose. But you have to choose fast. Because the addiction, like personal development, drags you back in very quickly. Which brings me also to the second point, where people are waiting. People are waiting for things to magically happen. They're waiting for something to come along that completely change their lives. Sometimes they're even waiting for life to get so bad that it forces them to change. And the thing is, these people are telling themselves the stories that everything is fine, that everything is working out perfectly, that they're making progress. And they even believe these stories. They're straight up lying to themselves. And that's the thing that frustrates me when I see it, how they're thinking and saying how productive they are, but they're not doing shit. They're actually destroying their life without them even noticing. And the thing is, they're so disconnected from reality, they're so disconnected from themselves because they are afraid to experience the pain of their reality. And I love this so much because it's crucial to feel the pain of your current reality to be able to change it. People are just walking around with a safety blanket. I see this as a pendulum that's swinging as well in a very small motion. They're just saying everything is fine, and they're just walking around in a safe comfort bubble that they've created with all the stories that they're making up. But if you want to change, that pendulum has to swing to the other side. It has to often swing towards the darkness. You have to feel the pain of your reality. When you are sitting in front of that slot machine in the casino, you have to wake up and see all the money that you're gambling away. You have to get real with yourself. And the way you do this is open up your bank account. Look at the money that's not there. And how does that feel? Look in the mirror and see how fat you are, how out of shape you are. Look at the women that are not even acknowledging your existence. How does that feel? And feel the pain of the situation, because this pain is necessary to change. Don't use this to beat yourself up. Use this as a catalyst for change. Channel this energy to change. Because when I look at my own life, in any single area, I had to experience the reality. I had to experience the embarrassment, the pain, to create a change there. Every single area. I remember getting out of a 6.5-year relationship. So from 15 till 21 years old, I've been in a relationship. When I got out of that relationship, I could easily put my head down and work. And just believing that the women that is meant for me will magically come my way. I can believe these stories of an introvert. I can believe these stories that society tells me how the dating life works and how relationships work, and that whatever is meant to happen will happen. But in that moment, I got real with myself. 6.5 years of a relationship, I had no experience dating women. If you knew where I started with my social skills, they were non-existent. No experience in dating, no social skills. I have never approached a woman in my life. I didn't want to do online dating. I haven't even approached strangers in my life. And just seeing the lack of confidence in this area and the lack of competency in this area, that was uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable to come to terms with this and also see if this would progress all my life. What does that feel like? Like, I did not want that. And that was for me the catalyst for my change in that area, which also brings me to another important point, is what I told the guy was that his actions and his external work is the inner work. Now, to come back to the dating example, for me, it was making that first approach. I had so many stories in my mind about how I'm an introvert, how it's weird to approach a stranger, that I'm a creep, that people will see I'm a creep, that she will think I'm a creep, that I will end up in jail, that my whole reputation will be destroyed by all the people that see me and they will talk about me in the city, and all these stories in my mind. But when I made that first approach, when I saw an attractive woman walking by and I walked up to her, and I'm so glad that I was able to speak in that moment because I did not feel my body anymore. I only told her how beautiful she was. And her response was something along the lines of, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm married." So she showed me the ring. "I'm married and I have kids, but I love this so much, what you just did. Please never stop doing this." And we had a 1-2 minute conversation, but this completely dissolved what I thought was true. I got this existential moment because I didn't even know who I was anymore. Am I even this introvert? It's okay to approach strangers and they even like it? Like, I had all these questions. And the reason why I'm telling you this example is that one action of 1 to 2 minutes, I did more inner work in that moment than I did in months of coaching. That small action, and I hope you really get this, I did more inner work than months of coaching. And now I'm just giving an example of approaching a stranger and an attractive girl. But it's similar to posting your first content. It's similar to going to the gym for the first time. In motion, you are doing the inner work. Most people think they need more confidence, more knowledge, more freedom, more whatever they create in their mind before they can do something. But it's the other way around. There are constantly opportunities walking by. To continue with the women example, there are constantly beautiful women walking past you when you're outside. What if the partner of your life that you will spend your whole life with is walking by, but you're too busy of, I need to be more free, I need to be more confident, I need to practice my social skills first before I can make an approach. But it's the opposite. It's making that approach to become all of that. And you can change the approach to any activity and action that you want. Your external work is the inner work. So I see the inner work as steroids. So if you look at someone who's taking steroids and they're not working out and they're complaining in their room how they're not getting any muscle, what would you think of an individual like that? Like, of course they're not building muscle. Like, it's obvious because they're not going to the gym. But it's the same with all the consumption of personal development content. When that individual that takes steroids, and I'm not promoting steroids here, but if you're taking steroids and you're going to the gym 6 times a week, you're going all out in your workouts, your nutrition is on point, you sleep like a baby, that's the moment when your results skyrocket. So your inner work is like steroids. If you use the inner work in combination with the motion that you're already creating, with the action you're already creating, it will completely change the results and change your life. So I just wanted to quickly share this example with you because I know so many people in personal development are stuck in this cycle. They're running around in circles, trying to find the next hit of new insight, but the insight is in the action. So like I said to the guy, wake up, like get real with yourself, feel the pain of your current situation and get in motion. Create that action because there is the real work. So if you like this video, please please leave a like, subscribe, send it to your neighbor, do whatever you want with it, and I'll see you in the next one.